Shalom, this is Levi Shore. Welcome back to Sweet and Good Torah. So how do we find love and kindness in a world that seems to have gone crazy? I mean, the events just keep picking up the pace, and it's just one crazy event after the other, and it's just this feeling of like total uncertainty in the world. I mean, we've gone from 2019 of just a year of just insane hurricanes and wildfires and tsunamis and just crazy weather patterns. And then we've gone into 2020, the year of coronavirus, with a worldwide pandemic that's brought us all back into our homes with our families and isolated us from our communities and other extended family and friends. And we're slowly coming out of that period. And then we see this crazy war breaking out, or a mini war, I don't even know what to call it, in Israel, where we see over 4,000 missiles shot at the Jewish people. And miraculously, thank God, only I think one or two of those rockets hit. And then when Israel fights back, they're condemned, and there's no sympathy for the Jewish people. And then not only is there not much sympathy in the world for like us being attacked, we see anti-Semitism just growing and growing, just breaking out all over the world. So why? Like, why is all this happening? What's the point? So I just been learning recently this interesting sefer by Rabbi Yisrael Moshe Sorotskin. He wrote a book called, a series of books actually called Kates Megeula, and I think in English it's called The End Illuminated, and it talks about the period before the coming of Mashiach. And it seems like these world events are been talked about in the Torah for thousands of years now, and these things are starting to come true, and they're becoming like the daily news cycle. So he was saying, why is Hashem doing this? Why is God doing all this? Like, what is the purpose of all these crazy events, this illness in the world, people having trouble making money and finding a good job, and just the fighting in families, and what is going on with it all? So he came up with a couple ideas. He looked into Chazal, and some of the ideas were that the purpose of all this, and he was even saying from like World War I into the horrible tragedy and the destruction of the Holocaust in World War II, onto the founding of the State of Israel in 1948, and onward, to now, through all the events now, Hashem is slowly trying to create the feeling in us of Ein Od Milvado, that there's nothing else besides Hashem. Hashem is the only power in the world, and there's a lot like stopping people from perceiving this infinite being that's created everyone, that loves everyone, that wants a world filled with love and kindness, that gave us the Torah, that's teaching us love and kindness. And there's just so many forces like blocking it, and so many negative messages, and like the media and the movies, and people are just being influenced by all these negative ideas. And then the Torah is kind of blocked. And it's a great tragedy that a lot of the Jewish people right now, like the Torah maybe feels foreign to them, or they don't know much about the Torah. It hasn't been a natural thing that we've all grown up, learning in yeshivas and having a full like Torah background. We've really been in the secular world for a long time now, for hundreds of years. And that is crazy, because that feels more comfortable to us than the Torah, which we've had for over 3,000 years now, 4,000 years since Abraham's time. We've had the Torah. And it just feels so foreign to most of us. And all the Torah was given to us for is to teach us this love and kindness. Now he's saying another purpose of all these events is to get people to do teshuvah. And what is teshuvah? Teshuvah is a personal thing. It means returning. And in essence, it means returning to Hashem and getting a closer and closer relationship with Hashem. And it just means looking inside ourselves and just, what do we want to fix? Like, what do we not like that we're doing? What are we doing good? What can we improve? And it's just that process of just that self-improvement, that constantly getting better. And that's another aid that the Torah has of improving our midos, improving our personal characteristics, improving the way we relate to other people, and the way we relate to ourselves, and the way we relate to Hashem, and just improving these relationships. And just doing these mitzvahs, which teach us kindness. It teaches us to stay away from negative influences. The so-called negative mitzvahs, or the lo ta'aseh, keep us from doing damaging things to ourselves spiritually and even physically. And the positive mitzvahs, the ases, they get us doing good things. Like, everyone knows tzedakah is good. Everyone knows giving charity, helping people. Inviting guests into your home. All these beautiful mitzvahs that we do. And most Jews know this deep down in their neshama, deep down in their soul. Even if they're not even reading these mitzvahs every day, they know it. They know some of this instinctively. And then he said the third thing is that we really start feeling that we're in exile. We've been in America and for a long time now, and we felt very comfortable here. And now it's starting to feel not so comfortable. It's starting to feel not like fully our home anymore. And then in some weird ways, Israel, the Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, doesn't fully seem like our home either sometimes. With, Torah is not established there either. It's so crazy that there's a secular government and Torah is not the normal, teaching this school. We've just been in this enlightenment of a secularism for so long. But what does everyone want deep down? Everyone wants love and kindness. Everyone wants, to find a husband or a wife and have a loving, connected relationship. And it's painful when we can't connect, even to our wives, our husbands, when we're not connecting fully, when we can't give that love and receive that love, and there's this miscommunication. It's heartbreaking. And then it's heartbreaking, with family, with parents and relatives, when deep down we want that connection. We want this close family connection. We want this close relationship with our friends. And when we just can't communicate clearly and they can't communicate clearly to us, that love and kindness starts to get so blocked. And we just need to release it. I mean, the Gemara says there's only two things we can do in this period. There's learning the Torah and doing the mitzvahs, which starts to put us in that positive direction. And then there's just acts of kindness. Gemilas chasadim, just acts of kindness, just acting kind to each other. And the more we can break out of this cold negativity of the world around us, and the fighting and the political fighting and just all the conflict, and really just start to connect with each other. And just break through the fear of not being able to open up and communicate our feelings to each other. Because deep down, there's that connection that everyone really wants to make. And the ultimate connection that's broke right now is between us and Hashem. Us and this infinite being, this infinite God that's created this beautiful world, and He creates it every moment anew. Every day He's created anew. The creation is constant. And when Hashem breathed the nefesh HaChaim, that breath of life, that soul of life into Adam Rishon, into Adam, the first man, every breath we take, Hashem's still giving us that life. Every breath we take is that nefesh HaChaim coming into us, and Hashem's giving us life. And then that oxygen comes in and enriches our blood, and we're getting that life force every moment from Hashem. And He's giving us this life force. And we're just being so blocked by this negativity all around in the world that's very strong right now. It's at its strongest because it's about to be broken. And we're at the edge of where Mashiach is going to come soon. And it's going to be this great teacher, this great king in the land of Israel that's going to teach the Torah and teach love and kindness is what we're craving so much. There's a craving. I mean, a lot of the rioting and the frustration and these demands for social justice, it's coming from deep down in people's souls that they want a better world. They don't like this world of conflict and fighting. And they want to see a world of love and kindness. They want to see a world where everyone's treated with respect. It's a deep longing in everyone. But how we can start to break through it is in our own personal relationships and just breaking through what's holding us back from just giving that love and receiving that love and giving that kindness and just building more and more love and kindness around us. And even if the world's crazy right now, we start to have a little world around us of love and kindness. And I think that's what everyone wants deep down. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back again soon on Sweet Good Torah.